Sa isang article po published by Psychology Today, ito po yung kanilang binigay na 5 most common causes of heartbreak. Tingnan nyo kung saan kayo nakaka-relate dito, ha? Meron po silang study na ginawa, and there were around 3,000 respondents. And the results, ito po yung lumabas na common causes ng heartbreak. The first one is breakup. Pag sinabi nating breakup, yung example na binigay dito, it could be a mutual breakup. So ito yung main cause ng heartbreak. Kung naranasan mo na to, hinga ng malalim. Sabi ko, hindi na mga hinga palabas. Hindi hinga ng malalim lang. Next, ito po pangalawang most common cause of heartbreak is infidelity. Okay? Ang example po na binigay dito could be cheating or adultery. Hindi ako magtatanong, pero ito po yung pangalawang lumabas sa resulta na kanilang kinonduct. Pangatlo, rejection. Nobody wants to be rejected, right? Ayaw nating nire-reject tayo. Meron akong naririnig na tawa dito sa side na to. Hindi ko alam kung bakit. Rejection po, ang tawag nila dito is yung tinatawag nating unrequited love. Yung sinabi mong gusto mo siya, ay, thank you. Ilang ang sagot sa'yo? Ito yung pangatlo. Okay, rejection. Pang-apat, other romantic experiences. We have the right love at the wrong time. Lokohan. Okay, sorry po. Okay. Other romantic experiences. Kasi ang sabi rito, was not single at the same time as the potential partner. Meron bang ganon? Potential daw no? Potential naman daw. Anyways, this was the study conducted anyway. At ito po yung lumabas. Panglima, dito nakaka-relate ako. Di ba? Sino nakaka-relate dito? Ayan. Other non-romantic experiences. Yan. Halimbawa, may namatay kang mahal na mahal mong alaga. This is an example of other romantic experiences. Now, ito po yung naging resulta when they were already concluding the study. Ito po yung naging resulta ng kanilang pag-aaral. Ang sabi po dito, those with a, next slide please, those with a secure attachment style. Pag sinabi nating secure attachment style, ibig sabihin nito, those who were able to control and regulate their emotions, nakokontrol, nare-regulate yung kanilang damdamin, ito yung tinatawag na secure attachment style. They framed their heartbreak experiences positively and optimistically. Halimbawa, nakatulong ilaw ito upang sila ay mag-grow and become stronger. Or it allowed them to learn useful lessons about themselves, may natutunan sila tungkol sa kanilang sarili, about relationships, and about life in general. You see, we have all experienced heartbreaks at one point or another. But tonight, our concentration will be focusing on a different type of heartbreak. Because tonight, I will be encouraging you all to go break some hearts. Ano mong ganun? I will be encouraging you all tonight to go break some hearts because the thing is, the inevitable thing is, either our hearts will be broken or we will break other people's hearts. Magandang gabi po sa ating lahat ngayong gabi. This is Go Break Some Hearts. Medyo balik tayo ng konti sa may sociology muna. I'm not sure what's going on with our slide here. Okay po. Dito po sa ipapakitang slide natin, nandun ako sa may cultural diversity. Meron po tayong tinatawag when people are actually making decisions themselves. When you talk about cultural diversity, of course, each culture have their different perspectives. May iba-iba silang perspective, may iba-iba silang mindset, may iba-iba silang worldview, paraan kung paano sila nagdedesisyon sa buhay. Now, here on your screen, you will be seeing the world map. But this map is a map in color. Dalawa lang, red and yellow. Now, in sociology, meron tayong tinatawag na mga individualistic perspective or individualistic societies. At meron tayong tinatawag na mga collectivistic or collectivist societies. Ang tawag ng iba rito, interdependent societies. Yung iba naman sa individualistic societies, tinatawag nila itong independent societies. Now, in this discipline of sociology, our decision is very much affected by our worldview. Kung paano ka nag-iisip, yun yung paraan kung paano ka nagdidesisyon. And the diversity of worldviews are very much espoused in the cultures of people. Now here, balikan natin itong mapa na ito. Dalawang kulay. Yung kulay po na kulay pula, I hope you're seeing this right now, ito po yung tinatawag natin na mga collectivist societies. Ito pong dilaw naman na nakikita ninyo, these are the individualistic societies. Now, just by looking at this map, we will be able to understand how we behave, how we make decisions. Yung yellow color, ulitin ko po, these are individualistic societies. The red color, ito po yung collectivist societies. Now, let's compare them muna. Pero tingnan muna natin saan makikita yung mapa. Sa mapa natin, itong mga bansa na individualistic and collectivist. Yung red color po, these are the collectivist societies. Pasok ba ang bansa natin? Yes. Because most of the countries na collectivist or interdependent are countries found in Asia. I hope you know your geography. Found in Asia, found in Africa. Ito po. And then you have also South America and the Caribbean. Now, sa yellow color, makikita nyo, ito yung mga tinatawag nating mga first world countries. Central America, and then you have Europe, nasa taas, and then you have here, Australia and New Zealand. Mapapansin niyo po dito na yung mga collectivist societies, bakit ganun? Parang sila yung medyo mahihirap na mga bansa. When you talk about these individualistic societies, ito yung mga bansa na first world. Standard kung tawagin po natin. Now, let's look at the differences between individualistic and collectivist societies. The first one, next slide please. Sa individualist societies, disclaimer lamang po, may pros and cons ang dalawang perspective na ito. It's not all positive and it's not all negative. So, somehow, let's look at ourselves. Nasaan tayo rito? But let's look first. Sa individualistic societies, everyone grows to look after himself. Ang binabantayan mo lang, sarili mo. In collectivist societies, nakasama yung bansa natin, people are born into extended families which they please and protect. Question, sino rito ang nakatira sa isang extended family yung bahay ninyo? Pag sinabi natin extended family, hindi lang nuclear. May kasama kayong tito, tita, lolo, lola, pamangkin, and all that. Filipinos are known to be very, very extended families. And there are definitely advantages and disadvantages of it. Now, ulitin natin, individualist, ang tinitingnan mo lang ay yung sarili mo. Pero, sa kapag collectivist ka, ilang tayo rito, tingnan palagi natin, ating pamilya, yung extended families natin, na kailangan nating i-please, kailangan nating protektahan. Next one. Sa individualistic societies, low context ang communication nila. Pag sinabi nating low context yung communication, hindi sila ma-text, hindi sila matawag, very seldom. Bakit? Kasi busy sila. Marami silang trabaho, marami silang ginagawa. But in collectivist societies, high context ang communication. Bakit? Hindi tayo busy. Marami tayong oras magkwentuhan. Right? See the Filipino society? Considered as the text capital of the world. Ayun, hindi na kasi hindi na naman uso yung texting. Usually, messenger. Ang daming mga app na ginagamit natin. Okay? Palalim tayo ng palalim. Next one. Okay, sa individualistic societies, ang self-actualization, next slide please, by every individual is the ultimate goal. Pag sinabi nating self-actualization, realization of your dreams. Realization of your potential. Sa mga individualistic countries, I will do everything in my power para matupad ang mga pangarap ko. But, in collectivist societies, ang uso dito harmony, consensus. Bawa, ang gusto ko talaga maging architect. Kaya lang we are a family of lawyers. Hindi ko maipaglaban yung gusto ko kasi alam ko na hindi papayag yung mga magulang ko. Ayoko ng gulo, ayoko ng away, gusto ko ng harmony, gusto ko we're all on the same page. Individualistic societies, wala akong pake. Gagawin ko kung ano ang pangarap ko. Collectivist, harmony. World peace. Kayapaan. Next one. Ito napaka-importante. Sa individualistic societies, tasks prevail over relationships. Trabaho muna, bago happy-happy kasama ng tropa. Sa collectivist societies, happy-happy muna, tapos mamaya, trabaho, wala ka na. I got this from a study about how people view the world and perspectives. Makikiusap lang po ako sa mga tao sa likod. Nakirinig ko po ang tawa ninyo rito sa unahan. Next one. Po sa dulo. Pinalitan ko yung tasks. At ang nilagay ko ito. Next slide, please. Sa individualistic societies, dreams prevail relationships. Sa collectivist societies, relationships prevail over dreams. Para lang po i-conclude natin ito. Slide. Sa individualistic societies po, next. Dito sa individualistic societies, when you think of the I, you think of the me. But in collectivist societies, when you think of the I, you think of the we. Sabi mo, hindi ako naman nagdesisyon ito eh. Pero, subconsciously, inisip mo na kung anong sasabihin ng nanay mo, ng tatay mo, ng kaibigan mo, ng kapitbahay mo, ng aso mo, bago ka nag-decide. That's how we make decisions. This is the summary of collectivism and individualism. Individualism, I is me. In collectivism, I is we. Ilang beses na ho ba tayong nagdesisyon hindi para sa sarili natin? Ilang beses na tayong nagdesisyon para sa ibang tao, pero hindi natin na ipaglaban ang mga pangarap natin. You see, we tend to break our hearts to appease the people around us. Kasi gusto natin ng harmony. Gusto natin consensus. Gusto natin kapayapaan palagi sa atin at doon sa mga taong mahal natin. We try to appease the people around us at the expense of our own dreams. At the expense of our goals. Pero hindi tayo pwedeng mabuhay ng hanggang ganun lang. Growing older, it's important that we self-actualize. Again, what's the meaning of self-actualization? We realize our dreams. But to follow our dreams, sometimes it's inevitable that we break people's hearts. Tonight, we will be... Alam niyo po, minsan, kapag tayo ay nangangarap, marami pong nasasaktan na mga tao sa paligid natin. Pangarap na yon, syempre, ito yung ating mga dreams. Next slide, please. But remember these people. Unang-una, next slide, please. Unang-una, remember, diyan sa mga pangarap natin na yan, next slide, not everyone will be happy for your dreams. Hindi lahat ng mga tao matutuwa dahil nangangarap ka. Next, pangalawa, not everyone will understand your dreams. Hindi lahat ng tao mauunawaan ang mga pangarap mo ngayon sa buhay. Tatlo, not everyone will walk with you in the pursuit of your dreams. At ng mga tao sa paligid mo, sasamahan ka para matupad ang mga pangarap mo. Hindi po lahat ganon. But when you have a change of perspective, of priorities, and of mindset, some people will not like that change. Hindi matutuwa ang maraming mga tao sa paligid natin pag nag-iba tayo ng perspective, pag nag-iba tayo ng mindset, pag nag-iba tayo ng priorities. But remember that sometimes when you change your mindset, your perspective, that is when you grow. Doon tayo lumalago. Ngayong gabi po, meron tayong special guest. Guest po natin ngayon ay kalalapag lang nung niyang buwan pero malapit na namang umalis. Ladies and gentlemen, Fourth Engineer J. Sir John Blas. Palakpakan po natin. Hingi po kami ng upuan dito sa unahan. Ito po si Kenneth.
Salamat po, Tito Boy.
Maraming salamat po. Okay. Ayan, maraming salamat, Jay Sir. Kahapon ko lang sinabi sa kanya na gagawin namin to. Fourth Engineer J. Sir John Blas. Hi, sir. Si Kimi ko may kasalanan yan actually, sir. Next slide po tayo. Jay Sir, let me just ask first. Ilang taon ka nung nag-start?
Yung picture na yan, 2014 yan eh.
So you graduated from college when?
2014 din.
2014. So, walk us through to sa mga litratong ito. May isang litrato dito na hindi na nakikita. So, pwede mo sa aming explain anong nangyayari dyan?
Yung nasa gitna is first overseas experience ko yan sa Japan. 3 months ako dyan nag-training and all. Then yung sides, yun yung first vessel ko as a engine cadet. Cadet pa ako niyan. So, it's my first vessel.
Sel
Yes.
ng ikaw ay sumampa sa barko
Yes,
dito.
and
How was the experience? That was 10 years ago?
Yes,
Almost.
2014 po.
2014, so almost 10 years ago.
Yes, ayun
Okay.
po.
Well, how was the experience?
Yung experience ko po niyan is napaka... Alam ko...
Napakahirap.
Friend yung kwento sa ano eh.
Oo.
Eskwelahan eh. Lahat na... daming pera, ganyan, sahod. Pero di sinabi yung yung alon, yung lack of communication, yung redundancy of work.
Oh, next slide po tayo, may papakita tayong ilang picture na madungi si Jay Sir dito. Hey, sir, can you explain to us what's going on in these pictures?
And yung nasa, yung oiler ako niyan.
Nasa gitna yan, sir?
Nasa
Or
gitna, oiler
okay.
din ako niyan. And itong nasa right is yung engineer na ako. From malinis, from madumi to malinis. So, pero, years na yan, hindi naman purkit na naging engineer ako eh, hindi na ako nadudumihan, ganyan. Pa rin, pares lang ng trabaho lahat yan.
Sir, we're talking about heartbreaks. My question is, what was the most heartbreaking experience na naranasan mo habang nagtatrabaho ka sa ibang bansa?
Heartbreak experiences. So, maintindihan naman siguro ng mga OFW natin na mga kapatid na nandito. Sino ba mga OFW dito? Seafarer. Ako lang pala. Magtatanong sana ako sinong seafarer. Ako lang. So, as a seafarer, tinatanong ko nga lagi ito kay Kimi ko eh, tsaka sa mga kapatid ko. Ano sa tingin niyo yung pinakamalungkot na lugar? Kami nagsasabi, ospital. Para sa aming mga OFW. AIA departure area. Doon ka makakita ng samot-saring na nagpapaalaman na naiyak. And personally, experience ko to, nakailang barko na ako. ako sa Philippines na kailangan magtrabaho abroad. So, every step, nararamdaman mo yung bigat, parang hindi mo mahakbang.
Umiiyak ka lagi
Ah,
pag umalis ka?
Totoo po. Iyakin po kasi ako eh. Kaya yun, every time na aalis ako, either na mag-shade ako or paggabi, hindi ako mag-shades. Pero pag araw, nag-shades talaga ako kasi ayoko na nakikita ng family ko na naiyak ako kasi airpods ko tsaka yung nanay ko, mga iyakan din. So, may iyak rin sila.
Sabi nila kapag daw lagi kang umaalis na, natuturuan mo na yung damdamin mo na makontrol yung emosyon mo. How are you processing your emotion every time you leave?
Totoo lang, Tor, hindi siya hindi siya na, kumbaga na, hindi siya nawawala every time. Kala ko pag second time mo na, okay na yan. Third time mo nang umalis, okay na yan. Fourth time, okay na yan. So, sixth time, seventh time, it's still the same. Walang pagbabago every time. So, ngayon, aalis naman akong by April, so it's still the same.
Kung umaga ka aalis.
Yes po.
Ayan. Sabi nila, heartbreaks teach us lessons in life. Ano yung naituro sa'yo ng heartbreak experiences mo dito sa journey mong ito about life, about your dreams?
Yung naturo po siguro sa akin is, kasi yung nasa barko po kasi ako on my first time, totally no communication at all. Months, imagine, isolated kami sa isang lugar. So, ang natutunan ko po siguro is relationship over money. Over money. Health over money. Mental health over money. Mental health over work. Priorities over work. Kasi work nandyan lang yan eh.
How did working help you realize kung ano ang pangarap mo sa buhay? Nabago ba siya habang nagbabarko ka? Or mas na-realize mo, ito pala talagang pangarap ko, ito talagang gusto kong mangyari sa buhay ko?
Totoo lang po, yung pagiging seaman is hindi ko naman po talaga pangarap.
Inong pangarap to?
Pangarap po siguro ng... Hindi ko naman masabi pangarap.
Pangarap siguro, hello sir.
Pangarap ng kung sino. So, hindi ko po siya pangarap. At sa totoo lang po, wala pong nangarap na maging architect, may nangarap na maging engineer, may nangarap na maging artista siguro. Pero yung pagiging seafarer, pagiging seaman, wala pong nangarap. So, ang na-realize ko habang nag-work ako as a seafarer, yung money nandyan lang yan eh. So, ang pinaka-goal mo talaga, hindi yung money. Kasi una, pagsampa mong barko, parang gusto mo richness eh. Richness, limpak-limpak ng salapi, luxury cars. So, hindi pala yun. Ang realize ko is, your real goal is stability. Stability, yung pag may na-hospital sa family mo, kaya mong dalhin sa hospital nang hindi ka naman problema. Kung may insurance ka, hindi ka nag-iisip na for your future, pamilya mo, naging main goal, stability over richness or anything.
Kung sa journey mong yon, have you ever felt like you were misunderstood because you were chasing your own dreams at this time? Nung nag-start ka hanggang sa nag-journey ka na, do you feel like some of the people around you are misunderstanding you doon sa mga pangarap na gusto mong tuparin?
Yes po, Tor. So, totoo lang po, nasa point na po ako ng maturity ngayon na learn to say no without explanations. Ako yung tinatanong. So, hindi ko naman sinasabi for all, pero it's good to say no without any explanation. So, parang sa mga kaibigan, example lang for kaibigan, hindi nila na naiintindihan yung yung goal mo or yung ginagawa mo behind the scene, kaya ka nakakapag-say no sa kanila. If you're chasing your dreams, if you're chasing a certain goal, you need to change something. So, change is really misunderstood you, which is nagbago ka naman talaga. So everyone needs change, right? So ganun, puro ikaw na lang umintindi sa kanila na hindi nila naiintindihan yung pinagdadaanan mo or yung goal mo kung bakit ka nagbago or kung bakit ka nagbago. And it's for the better, hindi naman for worse. Pangit naman kung nagbago ka na naging worse, di ba?
Pag ikaw ay nag-change, change is good because if you are growing, nag-change ka because you are growing, then definitely okay yon. Now, next picture please. Itong picture na to, naiintriga kami dito. Ayan, dalawang listrato pong ito. Yung isa, picture mo 2018, nasa tabi ka ng isang motorbike. Tapos itong picture mo 2023. Pa-explain sa amin, Jay Sir, ano yung nakikita natin ngayon dyan?
Yes, yung isa po, picture po yan, 2018. Tumingin lang po kami sa kasa. Wala naman talaga akong planong bumili nun. So gusto ko lang siyang parang i-manifest, ganon. Kasi childhood, everyone naman siguro, namang bata pa kayo, childhood, dream nyo magkaroon ng big bike, ganyan. So nadala ko siya hanggang sa pagtanda. And 2018 and 2023. So, nakabili ako ng ganyan noong 2023. And it's not really it's more on tawag dito, more on reward for myself. It's not really a dream but a reward for myself. Yun po, and nakaka-proud na isa sa mga naging reward ko is yung drive ko ngayon. And marami nagsasabi sa akin na bakit hindi na lang 4 wheels or bahay, ganyan. So, hindi naman kailangan na-explain din. Pero, una, may kotse na naman ako, si Kimi ko. Then, it's really for fun. It's for fun purposes. Kasi pag bumili ako ng bahay, for family. Pag bumili ako ng sakyan, for family again. And eto, proud ako dito kasi bumili ako niyan is for myself and for enjoyment. Not for transportation, not for anything. It's for purely enjoyment.
And it's good to reward yourself from time to time.
Yes.
Definitely, kung ikaw ay napalayo ng napakatagal na panahon, nadungisan ka doon sa pinuntahan mo, nagpakahirap ka, I think that somehow people should understand that somehow you deserve to reward yourself sa mga pagkakataon na yun. 2018, isang pangarap. 2023, isang katuparan ng isang pangarap. Hindi po ito pagmamayabang, kung hindi po encouragement sa atin. Hindi naman po ito 2018 eh. Napakalayo ng pagitan bago natupad ang pangarap na ito. Jay Sir, one last question. Sa mga nakikinig sa atin dito at nanonood sa atin, what would be your advice to them? 10 years ka na sa barko, tama, congratulations. Di ba? 10 years, isang dekada. What would be your advice to the people na nandito ngayon, sa mga young people, sa mga young professionals, about chasing their dreams and fulfilling their dreams no matter what?
Parang napaka-professional ko na sa chasing dreams. Pero isa lang masabi ko, hindi pala, tatlo masabi ko. Una, learn to say no. Learn to say no. Ayun sa mga tao, katulad nga sabi ni Pastor Erland, chasing dreams. So, go break some hearts. Learn to say no on someone or on some katulad ng mga invites or anything na makakapag-hinder sa'yo on chasing your dreams. And pangalawa is find your greatest why. Ang babalik tayo sa greatest why natin. So, ayun kasi yung akin yung purely nag-driven sa akin na bakit ko ginagawa yung mga bagay. Kailangan mo kasi mahanap yung greatest why mo. Kaya nga 'di ba pag sabi nila pag nagkakapamilya daw, pag nagkakaanak, mas lalong nagiging successful, nagiging committed sila sa ginagawa nila. So totoo 'yun. So kailangan natin mahanap 'yun as a young professional. And lastly, last but not the least, choose your partner wisely.
Wala pong mangyayaring iniisip ninyo ngayong gabi.
Choose your partner wisely for
Wala po.
singles.
Wala, di ba?
For the singles and for the married, yun. And for the singles pala, mahirap naman pag married na, hanapin, hanapin mo pa. For the singles, choose your partner wisely. It will, he or she will either break you or make you. Para sa akin ganun. And doon ako naging blessed for having a partner na
Palakpakan naman
will
natin
make
si Kim.
sa mga hindi nakakilala kung sino yung partner ko, Kimi ko.
Ay,
pwede
ayan na.
tumayo.
Tawag ka. Tawag ka, Kim.
Tayo ka lang para makita. Total, February pa naman. So, ayun lang po, Tor.
Maraming salamat. Palakpakan po natin. Fourth Engineer, Jaser Jan Blas. Gusto ko yung sinabi ni Jaser, no? Find your greatest why and learn to say no. You know, in fulfilling our dreams, maraming mga tao na somehow hindi tayo maiintindihan. But for the most part, people, it's our dreams and it's our life to live anyway. Okay? So kahit pa paano, nahirapan ako. Yan. Yan. Paano? Paligid ko. Okay. Kahit pa paano, we were able to learn a lot of things dun sa short interview natin kay Jaser. You know, sometimes our dreams could be very desirable, but it will defy the norms. It will defy kung ano yung gusto ng mga tao sa paligid natin. That's the reason why, next slide please, hindi ito magugustuhan ng mga tao sa paligid natin. In Genesis chapter 37 verses 1 to 44, kita po natin dito yung buhay ng isang taong nangarap. Yung buhay po ni Joseph the Dreamer. Joseph was hated unang-una because his father Jacob favored him over his brothers. But more than the favor na binibigay sa kanya ng kanyang mga kapatid, he was hated because of his dreams. Nangarap itong taong to. Kaya ginawa niya, sinabi niya sa kanyang pamilya, sa kanyang mga kapatid, yung kanyang mga pangarap, thinking that people will understand his dreams. But then again, yung kanya mismong mga pamilya, yung kanyang mga kapatid, ang hindi nakaunawa sa kanya. He thought that he would be understood. He thought that his family would rally behind him to fulfill his dreams. Basahin po natin sa verse 3 to 7 ng Genesis 37. Now, Israel loved Joseph more than any of his other sons because he had been born to him in his old age, and he made an ornate robe for him. Ito yung coat of many colors, right? When his brothers saw that their father loved him more than any of them, they hated him and could not speak a kind word of him. Now, Joseph had a dream, and when he told it to his brothers, they hated him all the more. And he said to them, "Listen to this dream I had. We were binding sheaves of grain out in the field when suddenly my sheaf rose and stood upright, while your sheaves gathered around mine and bowed down to it." Sino naman namang matutuwa sa pangarap na ito? Kasi if you're going to interpret the dream of Joseph here, nagbow down sa kanya yung kanyang mga kapatid. But this was the will of God for him. It was a God-given dream for him. That's why, anuman ang naging sakripisyo niya sa buhay, tinupad niya ang pangarap ng Panginoon para sa kanya. Listen everyone. Next slide please. Remember this, your dreams will not always be met with applause and approval. But remember this, you do not need man's approval and applause. Hindi po natin ito kailangan. Pangalawa, your dreams will not always be entertained and embraced by people. But remember, your dreams are not for entertainment purposes. People around you. You have to move forward. And with that seed of faith, trust what the Lord has placed in our heart. But remember this, before we even break the hearts of the people around us, we have to make sure that we have already allowed God to break our hearts first. Dapat yung puso muna natin yung na-break ng Panginoon. And with that, na-heal niya yon, and we find our greatest why only in God. He molds us, and He will mold us, and that God will bless the journey that we are treading. Next one, please. I will end somehow with this. someone who dreams, be someone who follows your dreams, and be someone who breaks people's hearts if need be. Remember that you're not breaking hearts because you did something wrong. You are breaking hearts because you are doing what is just right. And my prayer tonight para sa ating lahat ditong mga nangangarap, mga taong nasasaktan dahil sa mga pangarap natin, pero patuloy tayong tumatayo sa mga pangarap na yon dahil ang mga pangarap na yon ay nagmula sa Panginoon. Psalm chapter 20, verse 4. And this is my prayer tonight para sa lahat sa atin. He grant you according to your heart's desire and fulfill all your purpose. As we leave this place tonight, I encourage you everyone, for the sake of God's dreams for you, go break some hearts. Magandang gabi.